What's up, Fire Nation? It's your boy Rico, along with my little big cousin G-Baby and our boy Rogel the Zookeeper, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, the hottest podcast on either side of the Mississippi. Episode 39, baby.
39 of them things.
We are here. How y'all doing? Wellness check.
Doing pretty good. Always is my answer.
Yeah, how you doing, Zoo?
Doing fantastic. Watch the movie.
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Bonus
episode. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm tired.
Yeah, well, you've been working at Amazon.
I'm tired and I'm a little annoyed. My car let me down.
I know all about that.
Yeah. So
Taylor's all this time.
Man, I set it won't. I think it's something going on with the ignition starter, but then like I'm borrowing my dad's car like part time basically because that's like the family car right now. So like when my mom needed, I don't have a car.
Right.
And it's like I ain't got to the point where I'm so used to just being able to get up and go. Now I got to ask permission to drive somewhere. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This is a step backwards.
Right. I don't like to regress.
I fought too hard for this. Okay. So I'm in another search for another car. Like you said, gotta probably go into the 10s and
probably in the 10s. You shouldn't be 07 nothing and out at this point. Nothing from 07 to 11, if you could help it.
It's about time to make that move.
If you can get like a 14, you be like,
oh my
you
goodness.
be the hot nigga on the block.
We've made it.
Rico's going to pull in with that 2020. Like, I haven't seen a single pod.
He go, yo, man, that Snyder episode really took off. You know, what can I say?
They really wanted us on. They really enjoyed what we had to say. They wanted to let me know specifically.
Just you know, all type of GoFundMe.
Oh man!
But we got a pretty live episode for y'all this week.
We know what y'all here for. We know y'all here for Spider-Man. We know. Look,
man.
that's gonna be the bonus episode. The world is at peace, so it hasn't been too many shenanigans.
Capitalize
really going
on the peace.
We're gonna capitalize on the peace and talk about some stuff. Hopefully, you guys enjoy.
Yeah,
but
the world is also in dismay.
Why is the world in dismay?
It's 60 degrees in Chicago. And and a week away from Christmas.
The life, I don't. It don't even got to snow at this point. I don't need to see no snow.
It means February gonna be 70 feet of it. That's exactly what that means.
Man, I set because I got a notification that it was supposed to snow today, so I'm like, dang, all right, let me go ahead and get ready. It literally, I think I may have saw like 4 snowflakes. And I was like, dang, okay.
We had a couple 50 days in June, though, didn't we? It was a little cooler in June.
June started off kind of cool, and folks was like, okay. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it
shot up.
Yeah, because on my birthday weekend, it was like 75 degrees.
Yeah.
I was like,
and it's shorts with.
I was like, I went to the Cole concert in a shirt, no jacket, nothing, just a shirt.
Damn, thick shirt.
So I'm like, well, all right, global warming, go ahead, do your thing. My 5 times great grandkids are screwed, but
y'all in 500 years.
I'll enjoy it. It's gonna be the Avatar just locked up in the iceberg. But did you guys have a question of the day or anything going on?
I mean, does the movie one relate? It's not a Spider-Man related.
It's not Spider-Man, so we can just talk about it.
Maybe it'll branch into something.
Don't tune away. Yeah. But should babies be allowed, or not babies, but like toddlers, 6 and below, should they be allowed at movie theaters?
Not at premieres, no.
Because I sat next to dad and his kid, but the kid was like 8 or 9. So the dad was making more noise than the kid.
He sat through all of that through the history. He gets it.
But yeah.
My overall consensus is no, especially for premieres. And it's also like, obviously it depends on what's going on. So like if
it depends on the movie.
Yeah, if like Coco 2 comes out, it's like, okay, I can't tell you not to bring your kid
Paw Patrol.
But Spider-Man, it's like, no, we've worked too hard since 2008 preparing for all of this for you to be having your baby that was born in 2020 up in here. No, why can't you get a baby? So I made a whole TikTok about it. You mean tell me you that bad of a person? You can't get nobody to watch your kid for 3 hours?
Facts.
3 hours. That's all you need?
Yeah, and if you can't pay attention to it, like I love my nephew and all kids and stuff, but you don't know what's going on, so you really don't need to be here, especially on premiere night for Spider-Man. Like you, hey, I'm not putting up with a lot.
I'm gonna be like that as a grandparent. Be like, no, I'm not watching your kid because I want to go see the movie too.
and then it's like even young kids, they don't know what's going on. It's too loud. You know what I'm saying?
They easily distracted.
You see what I'm saying? And they're asking for this. It takes you out of the movie,
man.
And then it takes everybody else out because it was a part. I heard a kid 5 minutes left get to you better relax.
Because like not even with that, but like you know how like in some theaters there's you could order next to your chair. Yeah. That throws me out too when people are giving a whole order in the middle of the movie.
Yeah,
and then
ahead of time.
And then the waiter brings, and then they have like a whole plate, and they're like in front of people. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of the way.
Have y'all ever been to the Hollywood cinema? And I don't mean to cut you off.
No, I haven't, but I heard it's like.
But yeah, like they have the whole service, the drinks and everything. Yeah. But you usually do that like the trailers. Like you don't be right 2 hours into the movie like, I think I want an Italian beef and a pepperoni pizza. I'm like, you don't, because then you're bringing everybody in. Like, wait a minute.
I don't care about what you got to do.
You see the dude, yeah, and then 30 minutes later he gonna come back here. Oh, here's all you like
the wrong order the whole time.
Like, no, hurry up, man. Keep that shit outside.
Because I just go to like the Cinemark normally, so it's like it's nothing that extravagant. But even with people arriving late or stuff like that, and it's like. My thing is, once the lights get dark, everybody should be sitting down, okay? Yeah. Once the Marvel thing, when you see the little comic book, it's like, look, what are you doing here late? And then they got the kids, everybody got Twizzlers and popcorn and cotton candy.
And let's be real, like, what kind of person are you if you don't finish all your food and snacks before the movie starts? Like, you can't be sitting through eating a 2-hour movie, eating 1 pack of nachos.
Like, come on, man.
You can't do that.
My popcorn be gone by the time the trailer's over half the time.
The pop be gone, all of that. It's over.
Yeah, I only get, like, nachos and, like, louder food when it's, like, an action movie. Yeah. Because you could eat them during the action scene. Yeah. But, like, if it's a horror movie or, like, just, like, a chill movie, it's like, bro, you can't be crunching in front of everybody.
Eating apples and everything. And everybody
like, damn, I know them chips ain't that hard. What is you doing?
Are you stepping on them? What is going on right now?
No, because I'm the type of person that, it's good, huh? In front of the whole theater. And they'll be, oh, man, I'm embarrassed.
No, there's definitely a movie etiquette, though. Like, I remember, like, even yesterday, it didn't go off super loud, but I was close enough to where I heard it, and you could see them, like, start to scramble. They was like, I thought I turned it off. But it's just like,
you know what?
Have some sense. Like, just have some sense.
This movie is the etiquette. Question. What is movie etiquette? That's the question of the day.
What is movie etiquette?
Because there's a lot. Because you really, like, there's just a lot.
I mean, clearly, I think it, depending on what you're seeing and when you're seeing it. So, like, action movies on premiere night, something that you know is supposed to be a blockbuster, like a Marvel, like a whatever. It's like, okay, you shouldn't be talking, clearly. Right. You also shouldn't be showing up late to the point where you're clearly going to be getting in people's way to go past. Also, with stuff like with the bougier theaters, you shouldn't be ordering food 20 minutes in. Yeah. The plot getting ready to start percolating. Yeah. What is you doing?
And you shouldn't be the seat guy.
Oh, the one who gets the wrong seat. Yeah. I saw a tweet about that. Like, bro, it was like K7 does not look like H6. It's a whole different spot.
You know good and well what you know what you're trying to do. Oh, my bad.
But no, because I get it. Don't buy the front seat and take the back one. That's crazy. But if you get the same row, and you be like, oh, this seat's open, my seat right here, bro, don't trip. But it's 2 or 3 seats open. I sat in this one because my homie right here.
I feel like if it's
like you should just take my seat if it's in the same row.
If it splits up your party though, I think that's kind of like.
But that's the thing is because
if I got K11 through 14 and somebody sits in 12. Right. That throws the whole feng shui of our situation off. You know good and well because 12 is I picked 12 specifically because I can see everything from the top corner to the bottom corner. You picked that one. Not only am I not in my seat, now I'm not with my homies.
But then you know what? And it's crazy that it happened on both Spider-Man premieres. Because the last time, that's when I was running through the building from Amazon. Me and my homies, we had 3 seats. And it was another party that had 3 seats. Yeah. So it was literally these 3 seats and then these 3 seats. Yeah. And I was like, oh, let me sit. Boom, boom, boom. They was, nah, because this is our, but I'm like, we literally just, like, I'm still going to be sitting next to you either way. And they was, nah, this was my seat. Like, bro, if I got 7, and I'm sitting 7, 8, 9, and you got 6, 5, 4. It ain't. You see what I'm saying? It ain't the biggest deal. I want 6. Like, come on, bro. And this one was cool because I was with your brother there. Yeah. So he had whatever his seat. It was a seat in between us, me, and then it was a couple that took my seat and them. Yeah. And they came by, they looked, they in our seat, but
these wide open.
Wide open.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, dude played it cool, and we had a good time at the movie.
Yeah. What's movie etiquette for you?
Nah, I feel weird because like for this one, I was like,
okay, hold on. This is not what we signed up for.
I bought one. I expect to sit in one.
No, so I went by myself for this one because I was like, bro, I'm not even gonna. Yeah,
I did too.
I was like, I'm not gonna hassle anybody that you want to go. Like this time doesn't work. This time, it was a mission trying to get the tickets. I was like, you know what? I'm going by myself. I don't care.
I feel that.
But I felt like an asshole for the seats I chose because in the bougie theaters they're like in twos. Yeah. So you're basically sharing a big couch with the.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's just like that little sliver
just
where
enough
you can
to get some space.
Yeah, some space. But you're basically sharing a couch with someone.
Yeah.
And that's how. And I'm by myself, so I'm like, damn. I hope I don't fuck up a party. I hope I don't blah blah blah. Yeah. Luckily, in the first one, it was like another. I think it was a chick who went by herself. Yeah. And she was like real cool because I got there on time thinking this movie's gonna start on time. But we'll save that for the bonus. That's what the bonus. and I was just like, oh, what's up? And then we just started talking about the movie, like about being excited or whatnot. And then for the second one, I got there a little late because I woke up late. But the trailer was still going, but it was like the last trailer right about to start when I got in. And same thing, I sat with someone else, I guess, who went by them. I'm not sure if he went by himself or he went with the people next to him. Yeah. I didn't really see him like talking, but I think they did talk a couple times. I'm not sure. But I sat like next to them, so I was like, oh, okay, good. Someone was like able to. I didn't spit up a couple like type thing because in the first one I was gonna pick the most outer seat. Because I was like, then if a group comes, they can sit together. Yeah. But when I ordered it, I was like, nah, that's like two in the edge. I'm going to be like this. I was like, nah, let me get the middle.
You got to be comfortable
I was like, fucked up.
No, for sure.
When I bought it, I was like, I definitely fucked up like some group experiences. I'm like smack dab in the middle of people. Yeah. But no, luckily it didn't happen.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, it's like have your phone off. Obviously, they tell you like 5 trailers in a row to turn your phone off, and then there's always that one person who picks up a call or their alarm goes. I'm like, why is your alarm going?
You don't realize just how bright the LED screen
is. It's 4:36, bro. What you got an alarm for 4:36 for? Do you not see what's going on up on the screen?
Like, come on, man. Because I much more important than
you.
Yes.
Anything you got going on is nothing compared to this.
Because in the second one, someone's alarm went off, and for a second, I thought it was mine because it was the person literally right in front of me. Yeah. And I don't know, I was like, oh, because I did put an alarm to wake up to go see it so I didn't oversleep. And snooze. And I was like, yo, but no, it wasn't mine. It was the person in front of me. And in the first one, like I said, there was multiple children. All the kids were chill. There was one kid there one time that like was about to start crying. And I was like, bro, why are you crying? You're like 5 years old.
That dad was like, look.
But yeah, they stopped. But that was
I think, the only thing. Also, because I went, even though it was a Friday, I went at like, the movie started at 9:50. So it's like, if you got a kid out this late, you just don't care about that kid. You really just want to see the movie.
Kid gonna be at 1 a.m.
Yeah, the kid is about to be, we didn't leave out there till like 12 something. Yeah. So it's just one of those things where it's like, bro, leave the shorties at the crib, especially
if they can't understand.
That's the most important thing. Like, at 10 years old, stuff like that, I was like, Marvel was it. Like, it was like, okay, I understand. I'm sitting there paying attention. My dad ain't got to say nothing to me. I'm gonna be right here watching. Some of these kids, they tablet babies. It's like, if it's not right here, they're not trying to look up for 2.5 hours.
I better not hear no Coco Melon in here. There's going to be all type of Spider-Man type ass whoopings that's going to take place in this theater.
You're going to see the most acrobatic G-Baby we've seen in
I'm going to hop over to smash 2 people's heads together. Employees going to take me. It'll be all over the news. Y'all going to remove me after this credit scene.
Fire Nation, let us know, what is y'all ideal theater etiquette
experience,
and then do you follow your own theater etiquette? Because I know some people be like, oh yeah, no phones, and all of a sudden, whose phone is this? Oh my God, my bad, y'all.
Because I embraced the full black stereotype. I was laughing and the whole movie. I was the loudest person in the theater.
That's cool when it's within the theater.
Yeah. And I didn't mind because everyone else was doing it too.
Yeah. I was like kicking it off though. Because like people,
you're the one who made everyone comfortable to do it.
Because people was just like, oh, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's crazy. What are you talking about?
I don't think y'all excited.
I don't think you excited. Well, I don't know. I don't think we watched the same movie. Obviously not.
G-Baby got up. He's like, yo, stop it. Rewind that because I don't like
He bought a Kanye. He's like, no, we need to understand what's going on right now. We'll definitely get more into that for the bonus episode. So stay tuned for that. All Spider-Man. all day for the bonus episode.
All day.
That's gonna
Stick
be
around.
A Christmas gift for y'all from the Friendly Fire podcast. Let's start it off though.
Do you want to get the serious one out the way?
Yeah.
Let's do that. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Rogel
or something.
Rogel Lazaro.
So basically, what happened? Excuse me. Is that Rogel Lazaro is a Cuban American immigrant. He was driving for a semi-trucking company, and apparently his brakes malfunctioned, and he ended up in an accident on the freeway, which left 4 people dead. And I don't know which state he was in. I should have looked that up before I came in here. But based off of, according to the judge, based off of the state's legislation rules and minimum sentencing, he had no choice but to give him a 110-year sentence. Now, there's a couple things at play here. I don't completely know how I feel about it all because I want to pull it up because I don't want to
sound uneducated.
But according to a couple articles I've seen and a couple of people who have spoken about it, he was speeding, but he did have faulty brakes. So it's kind of like if you're not speeding, maybe this doesn't happen. But also if the company is up to par with their truck upkeep, this isn't an issue because we've been driving.
It's a if then.
We've seen semi trucks flying for like no reason.
And that whole top roof get torn off under the viaduct.
It's like, dog, I'm in the fast lane. I'm the small car.
Right. Please stop. What are you doing right now?
I'm on 80, 85.
Yeah,
you're just passing me.
Y'all got all this stuff hanging on the back of y'all.
Y'all be having dust all on the back, just smacking my car all.
I'm talking about the cargo. You don't know what they be having, and you want to slam on the brakes.
Yeah, it's a loaded. Honestly,
the gas tank ones, the ones with the gas tank, the propane or whatever they be carrying back there.
Like, you're gonna destroy the whole expressway if you flip this.
like, bro, what is going on right now? But yeah, it's a loaded thing, and I just want to make sure I get all the details right. But yeah, so essentially, he was going. Actually, this I think she's a lawyer, but she has a TikTok profile. She can actually speak on it better than I can. So let me pull up her.
Aguilera-Moderos was sentenced to 110 years in prison for a semi-truck accident that ended up killing 4 people. Was he reckless? Arguably, yes. Although his brakes unfortunately failed, he was still going 85 in a 45, and he failed to use a runaway truck ramp on the side of the highway. Were the damages that stem from his recklessness absolutely devastating? Yes, without a doubt. Was sentencing him to 110 years appropriate? Before we answer that question, let's review a case with similar facts. In 2013, Ethan Couch also killed 4 people in a car accident, but unlike Rogel, Ethan was driving under the influence. He was also driving on a restricted driver's license. You want to guess what his sentence was? None. Judge Jean Hudson Boyd sentenced Ethan Couch to 10 years of probation and therapy. 110 years. Probation and therapy. Despite Rogel's lack of intent and despite the fact that no drugs or alcohol were involved, Colorado judge that issued Rogel's sentence stated that he had no discretion to get a lesser prison term, although he would have liked to, which sheds light on mandatory minimums and the largely unchecked power on prosecutors that is seldom criticized. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Our justice system rewards the rich and privileged at the expense of the poor and underprivileged. The system is in desperate need of a rehaul, so let's
So if you guys want to watch that video, her name is Legal Baddie on TikTok.
Shout out Legal Baddie.
Shout out.
But yeah, so
check that TikTok
like I said, it's a low. Excuse me. It's a lot because, and I was even talking to my girl about this, and she was, and it was like, y'all know me when it's something that I feel like is racially motivated. I'm gonna speak on it, and I think there is some truth to that, but a lot of it still is like, bro, you was going 40 miles over the speed limit. Yeah. Like there was a lot of steps you could have avoided before you got to this point.
And you use my keyword of the day, steps.
Yeah.
You make a lot of steps before you make a choice. There's a lot of steps that led up to that.
Yeah, that 85 and a 45 is wild.
That's wild. And it's like
you doubled it.
You doubled like for what? And then like we said, and then what they actually said was the company he works for had like 30 citations up to that point within like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And for like system malfunctions and stupid stuff like that. But one thing I was trying to explain to my girl is like, as the driver of that truck, I can only speak for what I do because we just drive the van. So I can only imagine the stuff a semi-truck driver has to go through before he or she can go on the road. We have to go through a pre-trip check. We have to walk around, check, make sure ain't nothing leaking, make sure ain't nothing broken or whatever, and then, hey, you tap through it. Now, some people at my job, and I'm sure when you was at Amazon, they was like, you can just tap through. We already checked it.
Right.
Just tap through. Now, I don't feel like a semi truck driver should be doing that, but maybe they do. Because it's just like, I know this truck, ain't nothing wrong with it.
But you know what? No, that's wrong because I took the CDL test and I had passed it. You gotta go through a lot. Like you gotta make sure the air brakes, even if your vehicle got the air brake, you gotta check all the oil, all the spring. If it ain't this sort of inch measured, you can't take that truck out. Like there's a lot of you can't just once you gotta it take about 30 to 45 minutes before you can
do a pre-trip check.
To do a pre-trip check, yeah, because you gotta check the brakes, the air. All the fluids, you got to do all of that stuff every time you turn that truck off. Wow. Every time you turn it off.
So like even like when they do like the interstate and they like spend the night, they got to do.
They got to turn it off. Then they get out the car. When you see them cones all the way in back, you got to put one like 200 feet, 100
that's what
feet.
That was for? Oh.
Yeah, because you have to be able to see them because they have to look. Yeah. They be in the expressway.
Yeah.
You can't just be flying by. So you 200 yards. This yards away and then
one out to the side,
one right to the side because you're like, okay, this is somebody, and they check everything. If not, this truck's undrivable and that. So you can't really half-ass that check. And if you was able to half-ass that check, then you go with that consequence.
110 is still, in my opinion, excessive, but it's like I don't want to say I don't feel sorry for him because I know, I don't want to say I don't feel sorry for him because I do think that was a little much, especially when people who have gotten drunk drivers and people have died have gotten, you get 10 years in therapy or something like that.
110 years is wild to throw.
Yeah. Like that's wild to throw it. Like
it's just a wild number.
Because they were talking about the minimum sentencing, like that's something that needs to change because each case is subjective, in my opinion.
Because why would anybody need to do over 50 years?
If you wasn't just gonna either give them the death penalty or
because man, you doing 70 years and you get locked up at 20.
Like what?
You getting out at 90? Yeah. Are you still a threat at 78? You see what I'm saying? Like you couldn't. Yeah. Like if you do over 50 years, if you don't get it, then you just out of here, bro. Yeah. You have 50 years to get it right. That's crazy. 6 life sentences. How you ever gonna serve that? That's a Batman comic sentence. Like, what are you talking about? Are you gonna put my grandson in jail to finish? No, it don't make
reincarnation.
It don't make sense. Like, you have to, and then it's like you go back to the argument with just the drugs and everything. It's like people are open weed farms, like weed stores and dispensaries. And people
we got cousins who are still serving
doing 75 years for an ounce or something. You be like, damn, that $80 cost him 75 years.
All that ex post facto.
That's crazy.
Mumbo jumbo. What did you think about it? Because I think there is some racial stuff behind it. But
I've been looking more at what people are doing to combat it. You know, obviously that petition got like 3 million signatures.
Yeah, and climbing.
And then the truck drivers, I guess, like all around the U.S., they're not going through Colorado anymore.
Walmart, there's a Walmart in Colorado that has no fruit. Yeah. Because nobody will drive through that.
And then that like affects, not only affects obviously the company, but affects just regular civilians. But I guess that's the point, because then the civilians there are going to be like, yo, just let this motherfucker out and get my groceries type thing. So, I mean, I wonder how long they're going to hold out, or if they're going to pull like a Brooklyn Nets and just,
Well, that foreshadowing.
But the truck drivers are dangerous because they can shut down the country.
Yeah.
If you line up 16 semi-trucks across the expressway, where anybody going?
To bed in the car.
No, you stuck behind it.
In the car.
On both sides, you ain't going nowhere. There's no food, no product, no nothing getting moved nowhere. Mm-hmm. And you want to throw 110 years at this dude?
And they like brothers. Like the truck.
It's a union.
It's a union.
I've seen like posts where they're like, yeah, there was this asshole cutting us off, so we radioed each other. Like we didn't know each other, but they're on the same frequency, just in case or whatever.
Yeah.
And they like. I've seen stories where they trap a driver who's being an asshole driver. When someone gets behind, someone gets on side. And now you're driving with us for 100 miles, bro. It's like, fuck you.
All the truck drivers quit. Now what? You gotta train a whole new army, fleet of truck drivers.
You can't BS like you do with the police academy.
You see what I'm saying?
You need to make sure they know what they're doing.
Drive a truck.
Like legit.
And then you need people that are willing to drive from Illinois to California just on the whim. Because my uncle's a truck driver. He like always posts on Facebook like in Georgia today.
Yeah, my uncle does that too. He'll call my mom and be like, "Hey, guess where I'm at?" Like, I'm such and such.
And he just be doing that, but it's like, dang,
that's a lot.
And a lot of people not meant for that. Yeah, it's not for everybody because a lot of people they got families. Like some people, like I know. Sometimes, I mean, his wife will go with him, but like sometimes he won't be home for like a week. Like just not home because he's on the road.
Yeah. You bring home all these checks, all that, but it's like you be on the road like 90 hours a week.
Your kid done hit a growth spurt. You ain't even.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you sleeping in the truck.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, some people love it,
but it's a career.
But and then, like I said, it's a brotherhood because they have spoken out. It was like, hey, because then it's like, I guess the biggest thing is, so then what should his sentencing be? Because I don't see how you don't serve any time.
You know, I'm not saying he should have walked.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, what's the happy medium?
You could give him 5 years, maybe like 3 probation.
Because it's incidental. Mm-hmm. He'll never drive again.
Yeah, but then you were still doing. You have to put in mind that he was doing 80 in because I remember right here on Mayheim, I was doing 65 and Mayheim's a 30. Yeah. I got pulled over, and he's like, you're going double where you're supposed to be going, and I was like, yeah, but there's like no one on the road, but I was like, obviously wasn't gonna win.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got a clean record, blah blah blah. I'm gonna let you go, type thing. And I was like, man, blue lives matter. I changed my bio. I was like, you got one of them stickers on my bumper car?
Oh, man, I guess y'all are pretty cool. Huh?
But nah.
No, cops aren't bad. You're one of the good apples, aren't you?
Yeah, because he told me, he's like, I could arrest you right now for a misdemeanor or like maybe even a felony.
Because endangerment, right?
Yeah, because you crash here. Endangerment. Type thing. So obviously, that 85 and a 40 is insane.
You remember the football dude?
I was really about to say, so like with the whole Henry, because like they gave Henry Ruggs but he was drunk as well. Yeah. That's the thing.
Then he was going like 180.
Yeah, in like a 20.
In like a school zone. Yeah. Like damn, he was reckless.
So yeah, I don't know, like with the whole thing with Rogel. I mean, I don't know what is a happy medium because you know how judges are so cool. Oh, my hands are tied because of the eyes of the law. Yeah. So like, is this 3 million signatures for naught? Like, is it like what?
It's the immigrant thing that's holding him up. That's what's gonna jam him up.
But he's legal though.
Because
they
Cuban,
still
right?
said Cuban immigrant.
Yeah, but Cubans, as soon as they touch soil, they're citizens or whatever.
Yeah. But then that's kind of one of those, do we send them back type? It's a tough situation because you did kill people.
Yeah.
Whether you wanted to kill people or not.
Because I know it was like 4 and then there was like 10 car.
Yeah, it was a 10-car accident that killed 4. Okay. They said it was a fiery one too. Like they were still.
No, I saw the picture. That shit was up in flames.
Yeah. So it's
a tough situation because, like I mean, you did kill somebody.
Because then it's like from the point of view of the family, like. I understand it was an accident, but you all like it would be different. Like if somebody close to me dies in an accident, I find out, oh well, his truck malfunctioned. It was like, okay, I need to go at your boss. But if I find out you was doing 85 and a 45 in a malfunctioning truck, okay, everybody needs to get something.
Because then it looks like negligence on his part. Because then you'd be like, if you performed your check. This wouldn't have happened. And this truck you wouldn't have been on the road.
You working for a company that's had 30 citations in 2 years?
Yeah. But that's on the company too, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yes, for sure. But it's also like, this is still your company. Like, you under them.
You remember a couple years back, that whole wedding party in that limousine. Remember that? Mm-hmm. When they crashed and it was like 8 or 9 people, that whole wedding party died. They was like, the limo was faulty. And they was like, this company been having fault. This like they 5th or 6th accident.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, who do you blame? The driver or the company?
Yeah. Was the driver driving reckless?
I mean, I don't know. But
yeah,
it's like that's one of them things. Is like this driver wasn't supposed to be driving, but the vehicle was faulty.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all hired him, but he's not supposed to be on the road. But it's y'all vehicle. It gets tricky.
That happened with that. I think it was an Alaskan flight. Going from Cali to Alaska, as soon as the pilot took off, he saw something was like weird.
What the
plane? Yeah, and he like radioed in like, "Yo, can we do like a double back or emergency landing at the closest next airport, or like a double back type thing?" And the dude's like, "All right, if like the control guy or the guy working for the company that radios him, he's like, you can, but you're gonna mess up our flight schedule." Type thing, because there's a whole documentary on this shit, and he was basically making him feel shitty. So the pilot was like, fuck it, I think I can make it to Alaska, and
he never
they never made it. Type thing, the whole plane crash, fucked up everything. But they check the they do the investigation, like the government steps in type thing, and so there was the plane was faulty, like there was like important things faulty on that thing. And apparently they had submitted paperwork, but the company ignored it. They were like, nah, whatever. We'll get it fixed soon type thing.
I know my plane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it was like one of those. So that's one of the things is it fall on the pilot because he was in the air and he knew, and they told him you could stop, but then they were like, don't stop.
You're not gonna guilt trip me into not dying.
You're not gonna guilt trip me into a plane crash. You can guilt trip me into missing work or something, but not no plane crash.
Like, come on.
Don't nobody survive them joints.
What's the goal here? Like, what do you plan on doing by telling me that I'm gonna mess up your plane schedule?
It ain't like I can pull over and just I blew out a tire. Like I blew out a wing. What
we all like it's like what's the I don't know. And that's the same thing R.I.P. Kobe with his helicopter. Yeah. His helicopter was faulty and Vanessa's I think still suing that company because it's like you put
us at risk.
You put everybody at risk. I think the
weather was bad.
And then the pilot didn't realize it until he was already in the air. From what they saying, it was one of those he wasn't negligent, but the company that he worked for put him in a negligent situation. Bug, and it's like, come on now. So, first of all, prayers to the family of the four
prayers and everybody.
And I hope that whatever is the best outcome comes out from this. I mean, like
I hope it's justice.
Yeah, but
I hope that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Like, it's people that ain't 8 people that ain't doing 110 years. You let's chill.
Yeah,
let's chill on that.
The Hispanic icons that passed away.
Oh yeah. Last week Vicente Fernandez passed away.
R.I.P.
At the age of I think 81. It was either 81 or 82. If I got it wrong, I apologize. But he's like everyone grew up on this man's music.
Yeah.
Like he's 80, and he's at every Mexican party. There's at least you hear at least 5 of his tracks, especially when everyone's drunk. and he did because in Mexico is really. At least back in the 60s and stuff, 50s and 60s, where the singers were also actors. They were singer actors because the movies they would sing in the middle of the movie, kind of like a musical type thing. And so I grew up watching those movies too because my parents were watching them, my grandparents were watching them. So I know everybody was affected by that type thing. And Carmen Salinas passed away. She was also 81. She had I think she had a heart attack or something like that.
You said she was an actress, right?
Yeah, she was an actress.
Okay.
And she was in every. I'm pretty sure Rico has seen her going to his girlfriend's house.
Yeah,
because she's in every novela, bro. Every single episode.
Oh yeah, probably.
Especially at this age, every year, it's like this chick has to be a billionaire. She's in every damn show, bro. But yeah, she was she was kind of like a mother figure. She gave that really warm, and she would speak so softly. I don't know. It was so good. But and then the last one, the producer, Puerto Rico. Dang, I forgot. I have his name in my head, and I even pulled it up.
It's in the group chat.
And I listened to his music too, but I don't know why. I just forgot it right now. Let's see. I'll pull it up real quick.
With thoughts and prayers out to the Hispanic legends.
Sure.
The legends. I'm not gonna put a race on it, even though it's a race. Shout out the legends. Rest in peace.
You just threw it in the group chat, bro.
I know, and I can't find it. Let's see.
Oh man!
Flow that movie.
There we go.
My bad. I'm too.
There we go. Come on now.
But yeah, he also right now I was talking about the Alaskan plane. There was a plane crash and his whole family passed away. His wife, his kid, and everyone on plane basically. And he's the one. I'm pretty sure you've heard some of his music too, because he was a pretty big producer.
Yeah,
he produced for Bad Bunny and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, then for sure.
I'm pretty sure everybody's heard the same playlist.
Oh yeah. What else do we got though?
I'm slandering Dunkin' Donuts.
Go ahead.
I'm not even. No, it's not even Dunkin' Donuts itself. The circumstances around this specific Dunkin' Donuts. A couple weeks ago,
you got beef.
I went. It's the one on Harlem. No, a couple weeks ago I went. And obviously it's my fault, but still I'm going to blame them.
True American, let's get it.
I like it.
So, I get my coffee, and I didn't even want coffee. I just saw people coming to work with the coffee.
Wow, peer pressure.
And I was leaving, and I was like, damn, it looks like it'll hit. I was like, I don't even know why I'm getting coffee. I usually go home and sleep. But, I wanted some, so I go. And
no willpower.
So I leave. As soon as I leave the drive-through, I drive a block, and I have to cut through this restaurant in order to be able to make this turn to get to my house. It's a couple blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I have to cut through the alley, and the alley's shit. So as soon as I cut through the alley and make the turn, I have a lot of change in my cup holder.
Sonic rings,
bro. And my entire, when I tell you, I didn't even put the straw in yet. The entire thing fell, and obviously it's all over my fucking rug. I'm happy the majority. I have the weather rugs, and I was so mad I didn't even pull over to clean. I was like, I'm just driving home like this. Fucking let that fucking marinate there. I was so pissed. And I get home, I take out, like I said, the majority was on that rug. A little bit got on the bottom one. So I'm gonna have to get it detailed because it doesn't smell anymore, but I feel like I can still smell it. I'm pretty sure it does smell because I probably just got used to it.
Ladies got like the coffee scent.
Yeah, I guess.
Let it rock for a minute.
Just it used to be a thing I was hanging up in the mirror. I just decided to soak it in the rug.
And so that's the first offense.
The second offense.
Then last week, I go for coffee again. This time I went for coffee because I had to stay up because I had to do something like around 11, and I didn't want to go to sleep because I knew if I go to sleep I wasn't going to wake up. So I get the coffee, I pull into that same restaurant, and I see a cop parked in the restaurant, and that restaurant doesn't open till dinner because it's a seafood restaurant.
Okay.
So I pull in and I leave like the thing, and as soon as I leave the restaurant, a little parking lot, the cop pulls up behind me. Now I already knew what time it was. I was like,
what did you do?
So he pulled me over as soon as the light turns green. He passed. He turned on and he pulled me over because I knew he was gonna pull me over as soon as he like moved. And he's like, why I pulled you over? And I was like, I don't know. Did I go fast like to a parking lot? He's like, no, that restaurant. And the funny thing, because he pulled me over and I'm seeing him through my rear view. And he's putting his face mask on and it's an American flag. And I was like, fuck me, bro. I'm doing life. I was like, bro,
damn, cutting through this parking lot 2,000 years.
We're gonna be having to just call in to get your opinion.
And so yeah, I pulled you over, and I thought it was maybe I cut in through too fast because it's on Harlem, so you could go kind of fast and just cut in. And I was like, "That cut in through fast or something?" He's like, "No, you just cut in." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "It's an empty parking lot." And he's like, "Well, you used it to get around traffic." And I was like, "No, I didn't, because traffic is going." I had the green light, but I moved because I have to turn this way. So I waited on the red light, so everybody else went after me. I was like, "I didn't cut anything. I just can't make that turn right there." He's like, "No, you can make the turn." I was like, "There's no like turning lane. It's Harlem. It's like traffic.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't make that." He's like, "No, I mean, there's no sign that says you can't make it, so you can make it." And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna hold up people for like 5 minutes till the light turns red, then I make the turn type thing." And he's like, but I'm not trying to argue with him, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
but in your head, you like, bro, you doing a lot right now, like.
And he's like, "Yeah, well, that restaurant's been the reason I'm parked there is because that restaurant's been complaining that too many people cut through there." I was like, "Dog, it is because
parking spot."
I work at 6 a.m. So this is like 6:30 a.m. This restaurant, mind you, doesn't open until like 3 p.m. I was like, who am I bothering? Who's at work at the restaurant?
Yeah, it's like the janitor just like, these hooligans keep driving through the lot.
Skid marks on this concrete.
I was like, all right.
What are you talking about?
How are you upset? What you upset? They not stopping in to see that you closed?
It ain't like you littering or nothing. You just driving through.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, you got it.
See what I'm saying? People so petty.
And so I'm like, and it was payday too. I was like, of course I got to pay a ticket. But nah, he came back.
How much you make a week? Yeah, I need all of that.
What they take out of taxes? Well, I'm going to take that too.
Double it. But no, he came back and he's like, I'm going to let you off with a warning. This is the first time I see you do that. I was like, all right. He's like, next time. He's like, there's another street, because he looked at my address. He's like, you could get to your house through the other street, right? And I was like, yeah, but it's a hassle because Dunkin' Donuts is on this side, and I have to cross Harlem traffic to turn left. And right there, there's no stop sign or red or green light. It's like leaving the Dunkin'.
It's Harlem.
And I'm like, I'm gonna be there 10 minutes. You're trying to cross, holding up people behind. But I was like, yeah, my bad. I could have done that. And he's like, all right, you're free to go. And mind you, this dude was a Berwyn cop. I was already in lines when he stopped me because I crossed Harlem. But technically, since the offense was on the last block of Berwyn, he got my ass.
Hey. I saw that.
Because as soon as I pulled off, he just did a U-E and went back. And I was like, you gotta be.
All is right again in the world.
Yeah, but I didn't get a ticket, so I don't mind. Blue Lives Matter. but yeah,
to switch up real
that was
quick.
my Dunkin' Donuts thing.
Hey, he was like, yes, sir. The whole just blew out of mask.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep one in the tuck. Just yes, officer.
Yes,
They're
officer.
gonna, okay, fellow ally.
Okay, I was like, yeah, you know what? Wait, can you give me, I'm turning down the Joe Rogan podcast. Let me just turn it down.
You
real
heard
quick.
the episode? I mean, it's really good.
Really good one.
Really
Really
tore
good.
into them liberals, huh?
Yeah, Tommy Lauren is calling in. I really wanted to hear this, but
I'm gonna pause it for you, though, officer.
But yeah, it was one of them.
So that beef, neither one of them beefs had nothing to do with Dunkin' Donuts.
No,
It's just
but-
like,
It's just sitting around the Dunkin'.
Yeah, because I went to the Dunkin', said experiences
Yeah,
happened.
well, that's free promo for Starbucks.
I didn't go.
like,
That's why they charge $8. That shit don't happen there.
Oh man.
you can drive all through that. What else we got?
We can talk about Obama's music.
Zoo is beefing with President 44 over his choices of his music of the year because he doesn't think that Mr. Barack Hussein Obama is diversified enough to be listening to some of the artists that he listed.
He definitely gets paid for these, bro.
He has to.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because there's no way there's no Stevie Wonder on that.
Facts.
There's no way. I don't care how many times you done heard it. If Stevie in your
Overjoyed
top
is
50.
gonna be on there every
It's in
single
your
time.
top 50. It's one or two of them in there.
Who was the three artists that you was to show like there's no way he's listening to these?
All right, so the artist was Farruko. He's a reggaeton artist, and he had this song Pepas, who like I'm pretty sure you guys heard that song's in commercials and everything's like huge.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying he's never heard it. I'm just saying he doesn't play it.
It's not in the rotation.
It's a club song.
I think
what is Barack Obama and Michelle doing at the crib? They listen to.
I think he has his daughters for their playlist.
That's what I
when he
said.
does it.
But I'm saying Malia hangs out. I've seen in nothing but I looked up Sasha. There's a couple black folks sprinkled in there, but they're in Ivy League schools. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're in Ivy. Yeah, there's a lot of.
So blacks can't go to Ivy League school.
No.
It was cookies and cream in the picture. That's what it was.
I'm saying because I have, from experiences, college white kids don't really listen to said music unless they're around Latinos, and I've yet to see Molly and Sasha post pics with Latinos. That's all I'm saying. But I mean, they could. Maybe they were listening. They Shazamed it. They were in like I don't know, Forever 21 or something. They heard it.
They did. No, he was low key getting he was getting trashed. This is like the first year I've seen him actually get trashed for his list. Somebody was like, yeah, we cannot get him
He's
at
listening.
all.
Is he listening to Montero by Lil Nas X?
I doubt it.
Is he listening to Rumors by Cardi B and Lizzo? Like, do you see Obama bumping that in the crib?
Nah, he went to the top 100 list.
Facts.
They just picked 20.
Obama was going. He gonna have a lot of Jadakiss on there.
Like he has Bad Bunny, he has Aventura. Like, what are we doing here?
Bad Bunny makes sense.
Bad Bunny could make sense. I don't know.
He's kind of transcendent like that.
Yeah, he's made that move.
But no, the lack of like the old stuff.
There's
Because
always a
no
Dreamville
way-
artist
yeah.
in here. He has Murray on here. It's like, what are we doing? Like, you're not listening to Earth Gang and shit.
There wasn't no.
Why
Kanye.
not? Why can't he?
There ain't no Kanye on there. 24 ain't on there.
No.
That should be on everybody's songs. This year.
See, like Sean Paul and Shaggy, that kind of makes sense.
That's
'cause, you
old
know,
school.
Yeah.
Was
he-
it
Mama not
what-
listening.
No, he was in his bag.
Okay.
back
Wait, which
then.
one was it?
Go Down There.
I ain't never heard.
I've never heard it, but
I don't know
You
that.
tripping.
I don't know that one.
Obama
see,
tripping.
like Nas and Lauryn Hill makes sense.
That makes
Nobody,
sense.
that makes sense. I can see him bumping
that
that.
was the only one. That
He
made
was like,
sense.
I'm picking this. If I get one choice, it's gonna be this
But
song.
I actually like this song. It was Nas.
We didn't ask that.
like current artists like Yeba, I could see him bumping Yeba.
Yep, will go crazy. Yeah.
Isaiah Rashad, I don't see him bumping Isaiah Rashad.
Isaiah just dropped.
I like him, but I don't see Obama. If you gonna listen to that type of dude, you gonna listen to the Kendrick.
And see, look,
Or
this is his
somebody
caption.
else.
I've always enjoyed listening to a wide variety of music, so it's no surprise that I listened to a little bit of everything this year. I hope you find a new artist or song to add to your own playlist. That sounds like a bunch of
PR.
companies.
He didn't type that out. at
Top
all.
tracks, and they're like, you'll post this to get so boost them streams up for a week or so, whatever.
I feel that. Artists, it's so funny though. Famous people they just, oh yeah, here's an ad for some tooth whitening. Like, you don't use that, do you? You don't
No.
with those veneers. We know.
Like, them teeth fake as hell. We can see it from out there. He 4 inches longer than the old ones. Like, come on now.
Oh man.
Speaking about
Celebrities.
ex-president, Charlamagne the God took on the presidential party
Yeah.
solo dolo.
Yeah.
I was shocked because he usually, not like obviously we've seen him in interviews where he like attacks people type thing, But I feel like recently he's been a little bit more lenient. And I listened to his podcast, the Brilliant Idiots one, and he has said, he's like, yeah, I've toned it down. Like, I'm not, like, if you're coming on my podcast, I'm not just gonna look before blatantly and be like, "Why is your music ass?" Type thing. I'll like sugarcoat it type thing. But now he just straight up is like, "So is Joe Biden the president or not?" It's like there's a lot
because he hasn't done, which we knew was gonna happen, but he hasn't done anything.
No, he's done a lot in raising prices on everything.
Well, he hasn't done
chicken shortage.
He ain't, they said chicken tenders is on like they last leg. I was like, this is we gotta impeach him now. But no, so. I mean, a lot of black people have felt, especially the ones that was crying for. I wasn't crying for him. I was just happy Trump wasn't. But it was just like you haven't really done. First of all, you ain't did nothing you promised you was gonna do.
It's a whole year. You haven't done nothing. You've been sick more than you've been on.
I had to go under to go get my colonoscopy.
You transferred the presidency. Like I ain't never heard nobody do that.
Well, he's 90 million years old.
But still, like if you have to transfer the presidency, you shouldn't be the president.
He's like, hold that real quick.
But
hey, so
he snuck that in. Hey, hold this real quick.
Well, yeah.
Hand it on the stock glass. Yo, just hold that real quick.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Is she gonna pop up in our history books now as like a president?
She's gonna have to.
She was a president. She was our first woman president.
Like 80 years from now, kids are gonna be like, yeah, Kamala Harris served the whole 10 years president.
They co-president
just because of that one.
But see, the whole thing was, and back to his point. He was trying to call Obama. He was trying to call Biden out for like his lack of action, basically, and she got upset, but then she said like a whole bunch of nothing. Like that was the thing. Like she just did a bunch of talking without saying anything.
Like I told you, the harder you defend it,
I was surprised she didn't get as much backlash as I thought she would, because she said that. Like
I want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Like I said in the text, she said that don't act like a Republican. Like, what does that mean? Like, so because I'm a Democrat, I can't question what a Democrat is saying. Because like I remember that tweet Chance had it, and obviously it's always like the messenger. Yeah. But Chance said just because I'm a Democrat doesn't mean I have to agree with everything Democrats say. He got killed for that because he's like, I agree with some things Republicans say, and they basically label Chance as like a Trumper type thing.
The thing is, and before I pull up the Kamala clip, I want to talk about the Chance thing. Because I knew what Chance was trying to say. Chance's issue is that he said it right after Kanye like was full blown red hat, all of that type of stuff.
And he obviously said it because of that.
It was a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And then Chance pops up and says, "Oh well, just because you black doesn't mean you have to be a Democrat."
And that doesn't sound right just coming from him. Like that's not your lane. Chance.
Yeah. So and then back. So it was just like everything was just. It was just a mixture of just bad decisions. Like you didn't have to say none of that. And look at you. Just look talking. Now with the whole thing, black Democrats do kind of piss me off because they act like they're above, like, I literally just lost the word, but above being told like, okay, something ain't right. Because like even the thread of Kamala Harris coming at Charlamagne the guy, everybody's like, whoo, he ain't Charlamagne up. You can't be coming at Sister Kamala like that. She did. I'm gonna pull Fire Nation. I am playing the clip and tell me, maybe I'm tripping, but tell me what she actually said, because it didn't feel like a lot. Let me go. It's a minute and 6 seconds.
Minute and 6. Bear with it.
Just bear with us.
Mention of Joe Biden, Madam Vice President.
Come on, Charlamagne.
Come
on. It's Joe Biden.
I can't tell sometimes.
No. It's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden. And don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president. It's Joe Biden.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden.
If you want to say Joe
Biden. And I'm vice president, and my name is Kamala Harris. And the reality is, because we are in office,
we're 30 seconds in,
we do the things like the child tax credit, which is going to reduce black child poverty by 50%, on track to do that. We do things that are about saying that our Department of Justice is going to do these investigations and require that we end chokeholds and have body cameras. It is the work of saying we're going to get lead out of pipes and paint because our babies are suffering because of that. It is the work of saying people who ride public transit deserve the same kind of dignity that anybody else does. So let's...
What did she say?
She just brought up pretty much a brief history of America. People riding the bus, we should be able to sit wherever we want. That's Rosa Parks. I mean, that's pretty much.
I should be able to breathe because my lead.
The paint. That was something what Hoover and them did back then. What did you bring new to the table?
She didn't say anything.
Welfare? Wasn't that Bill Clinton? What are we talking about? What did you say here?
Nothing. That's my issue.
You just gave me a history lesson.
You just called an attitude. Basically, and everything she said, hold on. Everything she said was what she's planning to do. The child tax credit is still a plan in action.
That pretty much already been done before.
The lead being taken out of the... How long has Flint been without clean water? It's been, what, 6 years now?
Now it's important.
Now, come on. Now, these are all still plans. And like I said, nobody, in my opinion, is above being told, like, hey, I don't agree with this. Or I don't, whether it's your parents, whether it's a politician, whoever. Nobody is above being told, I don't agree with this point of view. I don't think you're doing X, Y, and Z correct. For you, I'm all for defending yourself, though. Right. If you don't think that's fair. But say something.
Right, but you didn't say nothing. You just said a whole lot of words.
All she did was, first, what you didn't say anything.
She said, don't do me.
Don't do that.
That's pretty much what she said. Don't do me. Why not? Obviously, you don't have no fire back.
She repeated Joe Biden
a lot
for like 15 seconds. When I told y'all it was 30 seconds left, that's when she finally changed the subject to something else.
And it's not a good look that Charlamagne got you upset.
And Charlamagne was gone.
But you know what I'm saying? You broke character first. Mm-hmm. You got emotional with Charlamagne the God. He's not even political like that.
Yeah.
And you got emotional. Now what is one of these big Rush Limbaugh type dudes gonna do?
She ain't gonna take no other interviews because you gotta think they already was taking a blow because of Charlamagne. If you got a question, you're gonna vote for me, then you ain't black. It was like that's not what Charlamagne asked.
That's the second time this party done said that if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Like that
Joe Biden can't tell me if I'm black or not.
This is not what Charlamagne the God asked. This was not the question. What he was saying was basically Joe Biden is acting like his hands are tied with everything. Whether it's the student loan debt or anything else he promised he was going to do, all the Senate and the House. You can't blame the Democrats won both the Senate and the House.
What's so different from this year and last year?
Nothing.
The price of gas.
Well, yeah. That's because we back outside. That's
crazy. You did a whole year and didn't do nothing.
But walk and take pictures.
We didn't even get the COVID under control.
Nope.
We were supposed to be out of this in 2022.
Nigga, and like what's crazy
shut back down. Go ahead.
It's like literally everyone's gonna hate me. But a month ago, Kanye said, "Where's Kamala? We haven't seen her since they got voted in, and this is the first time we see you, and this is what you say."
Right.
Because like so conveniently after he says that, now it's like I'm gonna go on my little press run. Oh shit! I'm gonna go on my little press run.
Zoo is angry again.
I'm gonna go on my little press run, and then this is the first viral clip that happens. It's like,
and you thought it was gonna get twisted in your favor doing it with Charlamagne, a man of the people, and it got.
What I will give Charlamagne credit for. Besides Drake, he stays pretty impartial when he talks about a subject. Now I'm upset. He stays pretty impartial when he talks about a subject. He's gonna, hey, this is how I feel. This is what the people are saying. What say you?
Yeah.
And then the ball is in your court with however you gonna interpret what the information he's giving you. But you also know that Charlamagne, his whole history of being who he is trolling. Right. So why even fall into that trap? If you a whole politician, you do debates for a living.
Apparently, you're a politician.
It don't take much nowadays.
Yeah, it really don't. Obviously.
And it's like what? Like, and people got on me when I was calling Kamala a Fed when she got. I'm like, look, I'm glad Trump ain't in, but like. We got somebody who probably about to lie about the student loan thing, and we got a Fed. They was, oh, she's not a Fed. She did. I'm like, all right.
Nah, he didn't even lie about it. He just said, no, it's not.
No, well, it's over. It's like, okay, no, I'm gonna shut up. And like Kanye said, and honestly, Kanye was not wrong because I felt the same way. I forgot she was vice president.
Ever since that picture on the fence, or the Joey did it. That was the last time I saw her.
Joey did it was the last time I saw her.
That was it. And then when he fell up the stairs and almost died.
That still was that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I knew it then.
I was like, oh, this country's doomed.
No, I knew it when he promised us 1,800, and then he's like, "Now you already got like the 1,200. I'll slide you this cool 400, whatever it was."
It was like,
and I was like,
that
no,
that wasn't your presidency.
Yeah, it was like, no, you promised an extra like don't try to reimburse us back. Talking about, nah, you already see the way it was set up. type thing.
You
What
expect
happened
people to
was-
stretch that? For how long?
As
You
soon as
expect
he
people
did
to pay
that,
back student loans is my thing. Like, man, look.
as soon as he said that, I knew it was curtains. Since
Yeah.
that was like his first month as presidency.
It's like, bro,
type
go
thing.
sit down somewhere.
And I was like, all right, you're only here for 4 years.
Yeah.
But
see,
the thing
Kamala's
is,
trying to build her profile up so
She
can
will
run.
not.
I don't think a lot of people like her, really.
I'm thinking the dude Yang, they gonna push him out.
But no, he left the Democratic Party.
I know he's
he
probably
don't-
gonna
he
be
don't
the
like
first
how
independent.
Yeah, he don't like how they run stuff.
So I saw, but I don't think she will. AOC. So technically she can run because by
She's
the
old
time
enough now, right?
by the time the election is her birth. So when she's running, she's not old enough.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as like the actual voting day, she'd be like a couple weeks the age. So she can run technically or whatever. I don't think she will. I think she's gonna run after that. So in two races.
I ain't gonna hold you. She fumbled a little bit. She started fumbling once Joe got in there. She started like doing little interviews.
But
she started, and it's like, and then we were supposed to talk about this 5 weeks ago when the Met Gala hit and she did the whole tax the rich dress.
Oh yeah.
It's like, girl, do you know how much that dress cost?
Yeah.
We paid for that dress.
Like, do you know how much money you make? Like, bro. Now, what I will give her credit for, and people like Bernie Sanders, they've even said, like, yes, I am well, or at least Bernie Sanders said, yes, I am well off. Tax me, okay? Like.
Yeah.
Like he's like
she said that too.
So it's like okay, but it's like she when crying outside them fences, I was like, God damn, we lost her.
Yeah.
Once I saw her crying,
when I saw
once I saw the Sandlot, I was like, yeah, we lost her.
Cause she was like, and then they were like, well, are you guys gonna get him out? You know, Joe Biden's in now. The Democrats have the majority in the Senate and the House.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you know what? The way this works, and it's like, oh, okay, we see what type of time it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you can never win. I mean, it's politics.
You can't win when politics are involved.
But we can move on to everybody's favorite comedian, Mr. Kyrie Irving. Let's get it.
Wait. First, we gotta lead into that. Okay. So, as everybody knows, COVID is out here just
Omarion tearing it up like it's
and everything.
You got served, part 2.
Now, COVID is outright just demolishing, averaging a triple-double against the NBA.
Easy.
We are up to almost 80 people, I think, in health and safety protocols.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, for those who are...
81, right?
Yeah. So for those who are from Chicago, y'all know the Bulls ain't played as of today, December 18th. They haven't played for a week. Due to health and safety, we lost like 10 people.
The whole squad.
Squad.
Not only 10 people, we lost like the 5 people we brought in and
replaced.
Yeah, and like that's been going on throughout the like Sacramento Kings in the same boat. The Heat was in the same boat. A bunch of Nets is in the same boat. So there's been talks about either pushing back the season or they not gonna do it because of money 9 times out of 10. I think they should, but they probably won't. Who cares what Rico thinks in regards to billionaires?
You guys gotta tweet le GM, le commissioner.
So it's looking ugly. Then what happens? In a shocking turn of events, we get notification that Kyrie is back in good speaking terms with Kevin Durant and with the Nets that he may be eyeing a comeback. People are like, okay,
player.
No, shut up! Stop spoiling it.
I'm angry. I hate this dude. I can't stand this man.
So we get notification. Okay, he may be coming back. So like, okay, is he getting the vaccine? Because Brooklyn was steadfast. We do not want a part-time player. In New York, the state is like, we're not letting any of our home players play if they're not vaccinated. So me trying to put
and Canada the country.
Canada was like, well, you're not coming in if you're not vaccinated. So I'm trying to make 2 + 2 = 4. I'm like, okay, New York isn't allowing nobody to play for them if they're not vaccinated. Brooklyn's like, we don't want a part-time player. Kyrie's talking about he may be coming back. Okay, Kyrie's vaccinated, he's coming back. Then what does Woj drop on us today? Kyrie and the Nets have agreed to a part-time player.
He said I'm immunized. I'm immunized. Whatever Aaron Rodgers said. We both go to Joe Rogan.
They folded.
Man,
they folded hard.
Folded
and
super
then,
hard.
And then this was yesterday. This was the 17th that notification came in. Baby, what came in the news today?
Damn near had a stroke. Looking at their phone, Mr. Kyrie Irving. And who? Kevin Durant, right?
Yes.
Enter the COVID protocol. This nigga has the audacity
to get
The nerve. No, he got the nerve to get sick. Oh, man. How? You supposed to go out there in the full scuba gear, the oxygen. You're not supposed to breathe no type of air. After all the BS you done put everybody through for a year, then you got the audacity to get sick and bring Kevin Durant, Mr. 56 minutes a night, get him sick. Oh, you just single-handedly destroyed this franchise. Oh, man, he is terrible. For what? Because you scored 40 points in a finals game? You get to act like this? God, oh, man.
You got scientists scrambling, trying to make a vegan vaccine, the whole thing.
An impossible vaccine. You was, oh, yeah, I'm in talks. I told you, all he needed to answer was, are you vaccinated or not?
I'm in talks.
I'm in talks. And then you get sick. Now what? It's real. It's real now. Like, what are you talking about?
Bro.
You can't play but 20 games.
And then, like I said in the group chat, Brooklyn as of right now is a top 3 team in the East, and I think a top 5 team in the NBA. So throughout the playoffs, for those who know how basketball works, they're going to have home court advantage. So you're only going to be available for 20% of the games?
In the COVID protocol.
And according to Woj and to the Brooklyn Nets, whatever, they were saying, well, due to the injuries and COVID and whatever, we just needed somebody. No, y'all niggas got desperate.
It makes it look bad because you forced Andrew Wiggins to get one.
Well, that's a whole different team.
But
that's a whole different team.
But I understand, but you done, hold on. You gonna let him play part-time. But y'all forced me like that. Ain't fair.
Again, Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins. Like,
it's Kyrie Irving. We can throw names out.
No.
Andrew Wiggins. It's a whole.
I know.
We were second guessing if he was going to be in the league.
We didn't know if he was going to be in the league after this year.
And I understand, but now that he just shows that he deserves to be in this league.
He a hooper. He just needs the right system.
It's like, now what? How are you going to chip on anybody else not getting the vaccine?
You can't. I'm saying, man. You can't apply other people's situations to the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. It's the New York as a state was like, y'all niggas not coming in here to hoop. If y'all from New York, like player wise, y'all can't come in here to play if you're not vaccinated. Right. So Brooklyn is like, okay, well, we don't want a part-time player, but we're not gonna not pay you because we don't want you to retire on us. Right. So we're gonna keep paying you to sit at the crib.
Right.
Then like you said, all this news comes out. Then it's like, all right, fine, you can be a part-time player. Then, like you said, the next day, him and KD are in health and safety protocols. Yeah. I already said, I told you this in the group chat too. If anybody gets sick on a 4-game road trip, all eyes point at Kyrie.
Especially since he was straight before we started talking again. Like, oh man, this guy. I can't stand it.
But not like what happens. He comes back still.
Well,
because by the time the COVID protocol, everyone should be good again.
So according to Woj, he has to take 5 consecutive negative tests because he's unvaccinated. If he was vaccinated, he would only have to take 2, which is why LeBron was able to come back. But he has to take 5 consecutive negative, like vaccine. Nose tests. Yeah.
But see, that's the thing with the Omarion is because it's like it's more contagious. Mm-hmm. So instead of I got this 3-4 month immunity, this might just be like the common cold. Mm-hmm. I think that's what they're eventually gonna get it. The next variant, it's not so severe. We can just. Yeah. I think that's what they're gonna try to do to try to just get it under control. It'll be a flu shot every year.
Man, ain't no under control with this at this point though, bro. Like it's like out here running like laps. It's running laps around the leagues. Yeah. Especially the NBA.
Every athlete in the world got COVID. It seems like.
Yeah.
Because the Packers were out for a while with like. Rodgers had one receiver. We signed players on the 10-day contract. Couple when we played the Cardinals, we only had one receiver that was on the team at the start of the year. Everyone else was out, and we just signed random people off the street.
Right. Just play, man. Catch a ball if you can.
just run a something route.
Just run a slant. 7 yards and slant. Ball will be right there.
Just hold your hands up.
7 yards. That was 8. I said 7.
But.
No, I'm through with crazy ass Kyrie. I'm through.
That's a loaded. That whole thing was just.
He better come back 50-50 at minimum. Yeah, you cannot mess up at all. No turnovers, nothing.
Like knock on wood, obviously, all that. Like don't speak ill will on anybody. But like, what if he comes back and gets like hurt? Like he's always hurt.
He's always hurt.
He's
gonna have to play him safe and safe.
Do you release him? Do you trade him? What do you do?
You gotta just nobody's gonna touch him after that.
Does he have no trade clause? I don't know.
Well, he said because when he was causing all these issues at the beginning of the year, he said if he gets traded, he's going to retire. We already said we thought this was gonna probably be his last contract anyway. So it's like we don't like the Brooklyn Nets don't want to have nothing. So it's like we can't. If we retire, if we try to trade him, he retires. Obviously, no team is gonna sign up for that, right. So we don't get anybody back. If he just ups and retires, now that's money. I think they would still have to pay him, and he's literally just not playing.
How old is he? Like 31, 32?
He may just be turning 30.
I think he's 31. He might be 30.
That might be a push, but yeah, prime years still.
Yeah,
no, you can't be. Man, he's too raggedy. You don't have a prime anymore. Yeah, you still the best player for what 6-7 game stretches.
Yeah.
For your ankle goal.
He's 29. He's
been 29 for 70 years.
He turns 30 next March.
Dog, he's been in the league since I was like in high school.
He's
only 3 years older than me. God damn.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Shout out Kyrie, man. I hope you're doing fine.
Is there anything else?
Why is your boy D Rose out here game banging all the time? Did you see that clip?
What happened now?
That's a new clip when he was talking about the Chief Keef thing. When he's like on phone.
Yeah, he's like on phone. I think that was a new clip. Yeah, the dreads extra long.
I just saw a New York jersey. I was like, it might have been last season.
Yeah, there was one happened last season. He dropped. He was high five. He was like, yeah, on phone now.
Yeah,
that's the one I saw.
That's the one I saw too.
No, this was in the backstage.
Oh god dang.
Yeah, and I was like,
at a Sosa concert?
No, he was like after the game.
Oh wow. Who knows, man?
And I'm like, what's going
on?
Yeah,
shout out D Rose, man.
That nigga nice. Anything else we got?
One that I don't know if what's up with your boy, Freddie Gibbs?
Oh man, apparently he got beat up. That's crazy. Gangsta Gibbs
by Jim Jones, Dipset himself.
Dipset.
What happened?
I guess they had a previous altercation back in the day. I wasn't a part of that beef, but I guess he has.
Hip hop beef you don't know about?
It was Jim Jones and Freddie Gibbs. You know, my ears was not tuned into that. But no, I guess
Gibbs dropped Alfredo, and now G-Baby's like, yeah, I'm riding for Gibbs.
I was with him like 3 albums before Alfredo, so don't do that. But no, I guess some words was exchanged at first, and then Freddie Gibbs ended up getting shot at back then in that beef. And then this time, I guess Jim and some guys was walking out of a restaurant. Gibbs was coming in. Same situation popped off. Then somebody popped Gibbs. Then they start beating him and his security up, I'm assuming. Then Gibbs hops on live and, I'm untouched. So you mean he lost the fight.
But he's even in the hospital. In the clip, I was like, dog.
Somebody touched it.
Somebody touched you. Even though the shirt's still clean, you still got touched.
This man went through concussion protocol.
You on the road.
I'm not touched.
Yeah, no, Zoo's definitely on fire. But no, I mean, that's just kind of weird because of the way he like carries himself, like online and in person. He's like, I'm Gangsta Gibbs and all. It's kind of weird to see you get beat up, and then Academics kind of sort of be right about it.
I was about to say, Academics is the one who won this beef. Forget Jim Jones. Academics
ain't never got beat up.
Dang.
And you've been threatening to beat him up for the longest. And then when he gets on the pod and was talking about it, even Academics was like, he's not a bad rapper. I'll give him that, but he was like, I just don't mess with dude.
Did he ever say why?
I don't know. He was like, they're both Twitter niggas.
Yeah.
That's all they are, and it proved it.
Gibbs probably called him corny or something.
Probably.
Because Gibbs does, argue with everyone on Twitter.
He will. Like, it's just random.
But that's the thing is, like, you get beat up by Jim Jones, and the first thing you tweet is, oh, yeah, me and Academics should get in the ring. No, get in the ring with Jim, nigga. What you talking about? Don't run from that.
Like, we just saw that.
We just saw that. You need your Apollo Creed fight. Get that round, too. Go ahead.
That's crazy, man.
But that's crazy. One last thing. I'm not a big fan of Bob's Burgers, but I guess the guy, Jay Johnston.
Oh, yeah, bro. Facial recognition is something
Strikes
serious.
Again.
One of the main actors for Bob's Burgers, what's his name again?
Jay Johnston.
He
plays the character Jimmy Pesto.
For those who watch Bob's Burgers, you guys will know.
I've seen enough to know. I think he's like his rival. He works at the pizza restaurant.
Some people were saying that like that character would have been at the riots too.
Probably.
So he was found. He's been banned from Bob's Burgers because it was found out he was at the Capitol riots.
Caught in 4K.
Mind you, this happened in January.
Yeah. And they still actively searching for y'all.
No, bro. It's this woman. My girl literally just sent me the video a couple of days ago. She was found out to have been, I think she low-key admitted it on TikTok because people, they be thinking they're untouchable. She admitted that she was at the Capitol riots. Now, we already saw people be put on no-fly lists and all that type of stuff. She was sentenced to prison.
Damn.
And, like, they gave her some time.
110 years.
They gave her some time to get her affairs in order. And she was just like, oh, well, you know, I'm going off to prison in a couple weeks. I hope that, you know, I get a chance to work out and that they have, I don't really eat certain foods. I hope they have the options. It's like, girl, do you know what prison is?
Yeah.
This is not Orange is the New Black. Like this.
No, it's not. No.
Like
Alcatraz. This
you are a terrorist. Like, it's not, this isn't boot camp. This much worse.
Rikers Island. You going to the big dog.
Like,
shit.
yeah, you going where people have killed people.
That's a federal crime. Domestic terrorism. That's like if you blow up a mailbox.
That's so crazy how protected mailboxes are. And then thinking about how many people like hit mailboxes on the regular with their cars. It's like, wow, you are.
But it's like,
like that was the thing. At least from all shows now I was watching when I was younger, were like teenagers right around and like hit the mailboxes with
or
their,
blow it up
with
with firecrackers. And stuff.
You're blowing up people's checks and all type of stuff in that mailbox. You're wild.
You a terrible
You need to go to jail. You're a terrorist if you blow up a mailbox. That's crazy.
Cause like, why?
You be waiting for this life-saving check. And then this 13-year-old and blew it up. You be mad as hell. You gotta wait another 3 weeks. It make me want to kill somebody.
I turned to John Wick real quick.
Protecting this mailbox.
You don't touch another man's
this mailbox.
That's not what you do.
That's crazy when you think about all the important mail you get.
Yeah.
You know, you wonder, I'm waiting for a job to respond back. College.
Yeah.
They done blew up your fucking Harvard letter. You like, come on.
It was like, we had your room ready for you.
You never responded to the letter.
They blew my mailbox up, man.
Yeah, likely story, buddy.
But we thank y'all for tuning in.
One last thing. My bad. One very last thing. I know we gotta go meet up with Tom Holland right now, real quick.
Facts.
But do you think, talking about like people recording themselves and thinking they're untouchable, that kid who I sent that video throwing that shit at the baby and the baby ended the concert?
Yeah.
Do you think like he'll get like arrested or anything? Cause like he chucked. That was the Bears need that man. They gotta sign him. Someone gotta sign him. That was a throw.
I think because the public opinion of the baby, probably not, unless the baby goes out of his way to find him and sue him.
Yeah, but then the baby will look petty.
I mean, it's like you still threw something at me at a show.
Yeah.
Like you put me in danger. That could have been anything.
It could have been anything.
It could have been an M80 that was destined for a mailbox or something. You know what I'm saying? It could have been anything.
Waiting for this moment.
But no, that's crazy. You can't be throwing stuff at people.
You really
at
can't.
a show. That's
This isn't medieval times.
You saw what happened.
Like, what is going on?
You saw what happened when Ron Artest got hit. That dude was a sniper though.
He popped him.
He threw him from like 8 rows, from like 20 rows across.
Just right. Boom! Just right on the chest.
Yeah, it was just like, something needs to happen.
That was a grenade. That was it.
That was it.
This is COD. He cleared the whole arena out.
Facts. Last thing, ending on one sad kind of note, is pray for our school children. You heard about the thing with the school shootings are supposed to ramp up.
Yeah.
Pray for everybody involved.
People are pulling their kids out like
on TikTok and stuff.
Talk to your kids. Really talk to them. Find out what's going on. If you could be helped.
Yeah.
You know.
And never feel like that. Never make your kid feel like that they can't come to you with something, especially something as serious as this. And then if you see potential chances of something happening, say something. Don't just, I get pulling your kid out first, for sure.
It's something you could be
also,
a snitch about.
Call in. Like, hey, I'm seeing somebody saying that they may try to blow up such and such elementary. I don't want that to happen. So, let's be a good person, please.
Let's be a good person. Treat everybody nice. Say hello and pray for our kids.
For sure. Like, because it's wild. Like, you shouldn't be worried about your school blowing up or getting shot up. That's ridiculous.
Like, your top song is "Kill You" by Eminem. We might have to,
we're gonna have to investigate you,
brother. Throwing you in a church and just locking you in the. But we thank y'all for tuning in to yet another exhilarating installment of the Friendly Fire podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, email us friendlyfire2021@gmail.com or on IG at friendly_fire. Once again, friendlyfire2021@gmail.com or friendly_fire. Artists, send in your MP3s, MP4s of music. If you got some art you want us to check out, send it to us. If we like it, we'll buy it, put it up on the wall, or we'll play it at the end of our podcast. Anything else we get out of here?
We probably will not be seeing y'all next week for Christmas, the holiday.
So we're gonna drop the bonus episode. Will be the Christmas episode for y'all. Okay, so
bonus episode, Spider-Man spoiler review coming up.
Oh yeah, with spoiler filled. It's
spoiler filled.
Spoiler
like from the top first sentence.
Y'all got a week.
Like I'm letting you know now, and I'm gonna let you know the first sentence of the spoiler episode that it's a spoiler episode. Okay,
the title might be the spoiler episode.
Yeah, that's all you get.
Click on it at your own risk.
For sure. Because if you miss it at that point, I ain't trying to hit Nathan.
3 hours of Spider-Man talk. Let's go.
Wait a minute. But on behalf of my boys, I am Rico, G Baby, Zoo, Friendly Fire. Be blessed.
Peace.
Oh man.